Welcome back to Mawazo. My name is Mombi Wanjiro, and here we are trashing taboos, claiming our sexy and owning it. Unajua ku trash taboos?
People have so many
Stupid.
I almost said a certain word. Very funny beliefs.
Yeah.
But I'm John.
By the way.
there are some actually, and they form the attitude that people have. Although that is a topic on its own, but we have very funny attitudes. Some from the religious part of view, some from the cultural part of
some
life.
Just acquired.
And then some are just, I don't know where you get them. You acquire them and...
It is called jumping into conclusions.
Yeah, of things that you have not done, and of things that you have not even experimented with anyone. But now it is just being said. Okay, that is her.
My grandmother's grandmother used to do it.
And that is even her body.
Yeah.
Even if you come from your mother and you have the genes of your mother, you know exactly like it. One year twins wanafananaga.
No.
So at the end of the day, some of the conclusions that we have, oh my God, attitudes zingine.
Most of it, actually, most of the things we think we know about sex or how we perceive sex to be is from hearsay. Because you're told, personally, I was told that the first time I have sex is going to be so painful. So painful. So I was very prepared to die on that day. Because I fear pain. And then it happens and you're like, okay, that's it. So unless you have experienced something for yourself. And I keep telling people, do not trash something until you have tried it at least once.
You say, even for example, even the hymen. Not every lady has a hymen.
And people think hymen is like a curtain.
No, other curtain is raisi. Curtain, curtain is a bit lighter. Kuna yuna dhania ni blanketi.
It's a blanket.
Like you need to have a chisel and a mallet. And then you hear someone saying, a man will even say, you're a virgin.
I didn't feel it. Yeah.
No,
he's scared.
Yeah, stakaki masichana virgin mimi enda ufanywe na huko utakuja ukishatengenezewa jia. Like, because they have been told, and whereas people are different. Some of us, our hymen is already perforated. Some of us even don't have it.
Yeah.
When you go to the medical world, they will tell you some of the women, they don't even have the hymen.
Yeah.
It's not that they are not virgin, but they didn't have it. Some of us, it is perforated. Some women who are born, it is there and it is not even perforated.
Yeah.
Even their period coming out is a problem.
Yeah.
So they have to go and have a surgical
procedure.
Whereby now it can be, and you find someone is believing so many things they have been told out here.
Yeah.
And the person who has told you, maybe it is even from their fear.
Yeah.
Because we have acquired fears every time we have acquired fears. Mtu anafia buibui. Although the other day I saw someone interpreting ukiona kwanza, and I know these one ladies will be like, what? If you find someone who fears cockroaches,
I'm waiting because I'm scared of cockroaches.
Then I will not finish that.
Okay, just finish. I will not take offense. I come in peace.
They have internal issues. They're feeling they're dirty.
Really?
Yes. The animal you fear interprets you, not the animal. The issue is not the animal. The issue is.
But cockroaches are dirty. Okay, they're not always in a dirty place, but anyway, today we are talking about foreplay. We digress. Every time I sit down with you, we always digress. The point today, or the topic for today is foreplay. So, John, as a man, carrying the weight of all the men in this world on your shoulders in this moment, for Mawazo viewers, give us your Mawazo on foreplay. What it means to you, why it's done, how you not how you like it because we don't care, but yeah, why is it why is it important, and what is foreplay first of all?
First of all, and I'm saying it as related. First of all, we cannot exhaust on foreplay.
Yeah,
with a few minutes. I think we only do maybe a small thing on foreplay, maybe introduction or something. But foreplay for me is that very important because it brings in the preparation. It's about preparation. The simplest word that I maybe can make you understand is preparing that particular person for what you're going to do.
Yeah.
And not better. Capital NB. It is not foreplay does not mean just the actual act of touching, of kissing, and everything. No.
Yes.
Foreplay is beyond that. Actually, it is pre.
Yeah.
There is something I can even classify it and call it maybe
pre-game.
Okay, it is pre-game, but at the same time, even the physical now foreplay.
Yeah. Before you even meet.
Yeah, before you even meet, there's some things that we can do, and they are part of foreplay. Like they are preparing you. There is something I'll tell you. For example, let's say I wanted in the evening, and I call you when I have some few minutes over the lunchtime, and I'm like, hello. Akina miss, sijana umepiga ndu ingine funny hapo. Already I've started making you feel like,
so he liked it.
He liked what I did. Okay, so I've started even preparing your body. You're like, I want to do again. Whatever I did yesterday that he liked, I want to do it again. So with that is part of foreplay, and foreplay goes far. Like what I say is this: when it comes to foreplay, immediately we are through with this session of intercourse, I start preparing
for the next
one. Whether it will happen after a month, whether it will happen after a week, you start there and there. You start preparing for the next one. Because even the things that you do after sex, they are preparing you for either mutafanya the next round, maybe after an hour, or after 30 minutes, or maybe you do again after a week, or you do it after a month. The things that you start doing immediately you're through, those are the things that we are talking about. And there are so many. Like kuna vitu 101.
I keep telling people on Mawazo, foreplay is a lifestyle. Foreplay is how I treat you every day, whether or not we are having sex. Foreplay is the tone of voice I use to speak to you. Foreplay is the kind of respect I give you as my dominant or my submissive. Foreplay is the things I do for you that you do not need to ask me to do.
Yes.
Foreplay is me respecting your love languages. Me putting in the effort to make sure that I am loving you in the way that you understand love to be. Foreplay is me accepting you as you are, accepting your way of loving, and knowing that this person is with me for good.
You say you have mentioned love language. So many secrets are hidden in
the love languages. Yeah.
Because, for example, there are people who like you speaking naughty things. Like you call them, and then you call them any name. Like you call them, there are people, and by the way that is one on way even of the way we interact. Kuna mtu tu akikupigia simu anakuita kijina, mpaka you're like, guy, watu wakisikia venye nimeitwa.
That's why you don't speak most of your closest best friends, those ones you don't pick their calls on loudspeaker.
Yes, utaibika watu watashangaa what is happening, because
utachoma. But that is normal. That is the way you love each other.
Yes.
That is an inside joke, more or less.
And that is a code. In another way, that is a code. Like you will know, and that is why you hear so and so. If you see so and so, you will see so and so. Why? Because those people, they interact, and that is a code. For example, there is even code that people do, and I tell people they should. Every person who has someone they're interacting with, they should have a code. Like for example, there's this time I was driving with a couple somewhere. I was from a seminar, and then they decided, no, John, we'll take you home. So when they were taking me home, the husband started complaining about the eye. So he said, hey, manze, nakwambia leo jicho inaniuma. And then my mouth ran even before the wife answered. And I said, unajua sahi kuna vumbi sana. Only for me later to realize. Then the wife looked at me with an eye. I'm like, okay, what's happening?
That was not for you. That was not for you.
Was this for me? I was left, only to realize. And then the wife also is like, okay, hata zangu, kwanza zangu zinauma mbili. Simuoni mkiwa na macho ine? What are you people talking about? Kumbe, they are talking about the sex. The husband is saying, okay, I can go and do one. I'm feeling like I want to do one.
The wife wants to.
The wife wants to. So these people are speaking about sex and how many rounds they want to go. And they are on the car driving with me seated there, and I will not
oblivious of what is going on.
I'm not even aware. I'm like, oh, unajua kuna vumbi. You know, I'm looking at the weather, so I tend to think, you know, even when there is vumbi, a lot of dust going around, most people tend to have issues that they don't have. You find someone who has not been sneezing, they start sneezing. So I'm tending to think maybe it is because kuna vumbi mingi. Or that to realize these people have a code, and already when they start speaking with this code, you know that one is already a turn on.
Yeah, it is.
It is a turn on. Those people who know how to cook with firewood. If someone tells you, oh, my firewood, let me tell you, today the fire, and then the wife is saying, let me tell you, that kitchen will need a lot of preparation because you need to remove all the ash. There's a lot of ash in that kitchen. That woman is saying that, hata kama unataka, my friend, mimi vile najisikia,
I can't without your help.
I'm very far.
Yeah.
You see, so that is another thing. Again, for you to have the best foreplay, you need to understand your woman.
Yes.
For example, and by understanding a woman, most, and I would say all the women, they have 4 cycles within 28 days. Their cycle is broken. Whether she's a short term, that is 21 days. Whether she's a long term, 34 or 31 days. Whether she's normal, 28 days. But regardless, it is divided 4 times. So as a man, because I'm speaking up from the perspective of a man, you need to know your woman. Kuna ile siku hata yendi ataanzisha. Like she's feeling she wants it. Then there's those days, hey my friend, she will struggle to prepare physically. You will need to touch her even for 7 minutes before she gets turned on. And there are those days she's already there. And in her cycle, whether it is 28 days, it is divided 4 times, like 4, whereby there's that time when she's red. And there are some even when they are red, they are so horny.
Yeah, it's very normal.
There are some who before they are red, who before they are red, they are horny. There are some who are after red, immediately after.
Those ones, I won't name names. Not me. We are horny throughout. And we don't have those days when you feel like, I know. What happens?
You just need to understand your woman. She's there, she's okay.
Because I think one misconception people have about women is that, or rather sex in general, is that men are more horny than women. Women are the horniest creatures.
Kutana na mwanamke ambaye ako ovulation na hiyo ndio period.
Especially during especially during ovulation, because everything, the way your body was created, everything in your body is looking for sperm during ovulation, because that is your reproductive period. And funny enough, do you know there's even a certain sense that you release, and I'm not being abusive. No, it's true.
But most people don't even understand. I put it in the style of a cow. The people who speak my tribe, they will understand more. When I say that and that is how sadiri uko ovulation unachokozagwa sana na wanaume.
But it's true.
It's more like, they call it a hormone. It's called coupling. It's a scent that you release that can only be felt by the nose of a man. And so he feels like, oh, I want to go there. So that is part of it. You know, the other thing is on foreplay. You need to know, for example, the sweet things that you say.
And how you say them. The tone with which you say them. Tone is important. You know, I could just tell you, let's go have sex. Or I could just entice you the way I speak. If I soften my voice. If I touch you here and there. If I come and stroke your hand, if I bring you coffee, make your favorite meal. I'm already speaking.
Innocently speaking.
I'm not saying now I want to go have sex, but in your mind you're prepared, because you're like, hey, she's being so seductive today. And one thing people lose in relationships, especially long-term relationships, is the art of seduction.
That's very true.
Seduction is lost.
You're dressed.
The way you dress, the way I dress in the office is not necessarily how I should dress at home.
And you see, part of foreplay also, the mood, the setting. You find someone, they are always in one mood, and that's why it also becomes monotonous and boring, because there is no day. For example, do you have one song that you know, when I find that song be played in the house, or like when I walk inside the bedroom and I find that there's this song that is played, how is it gonna work?
I'm very big on ambience. Create the right ambience. And it does not, I keep telling people, it's good to change the environment and go to a hotel, go wherever and change the ambience. Go to outside in the parking and do it there. But changing the ambience does not necessarily, because there are people who cannot afford to go to rent a hotel. But I keep telling people, buy candles. Put on some nice, I tell people, no matter how born again or religious you are, There's music for everything. You don't go and play praise and worship music in the bedroom and expect me to get turned on unless.
No, you want me to get deep. No,
yeah,
you're praying deep in the spirit. You want me to get. You want to get me. You want to get me honey. But the songs that you're praying, they're getting me deep in the spirit.
Exactly. So you have to know what's the right song for what particular occasion. It depends. Even love songs. Not all love songs will turn you on. Not all of them are sexual or sensual. You need to know what works, and not all songs work for everyone.
Yeah, that's true. And the other thing now is also personal preparation.
Yes.
Because I tend to think, for example, for men, and this one now I'm speaking on the perspective of men, most of us, we don't know the body of a woman. At the same time, we don't take care of ourselves. You find yourself, and I tell men, hygiene is very, very important. For example, you want to do the art of touching her with your fingers, down there. Some of you have very long nails. They are already dirty. And you're not taking care of your nails. They need kwanza the edges. Unakuta mwingine alikata. Most of the men, they know how to cut. Yes, anajua kwa hivyo tukata kucha sawa. So Wagato said we cut the kucha, so he comes and does all everything. But the edges here, they're left sharp. And then you find someone, they wash, they don't even apply some oil on their hands. At least their hand ukwe na nguvu na mkono soft. And at the same time, and if you feel you don't have very soft hands, then you can buy lube and put it there.
When you're buying lube, when we're on the topic of lube, can you tell your fellow men, spitting on me is not lubricant? Usiniteme mate, my friend. If you have
why have you brought up
No, I'm just saying because I know you will say it. Because most men don't say it. Personally, as a woman, I am telling all men out there, do not ever spit on me. And on me does not mean my face, my vagina.
To some women, that is even a turn off.
It is a turn off.
Kuna mwingine atatasikia kama ata throw up.
And also, one thing I want to tell you, the reason I tell you this is, do you know saliva dries up very fast? It actually makes me dry up. For example, say you're out in the sun the whole day. If you keep licking your lips, what happens?
They keep on drying, of course.
They keep drying, so you keep licking and they keep drying, and at the end of the day, you get very chapped lips, which is another topic. Don't kiss me with chapped lips. If you cannot afford petroleum jelly, mafuta ya ng'ombe.
And you are good, you know.
Yeah, for me actually, let me just say, honestly, dry lips are a turn off. Before you even say hi to me, your dry lips have already. Why are you licking your lips?
I'm feeling like a suspect, and the way I try to take care of myself.
You know the people who have very dry, chapped lips. Chapped lips, your lips are peeling, they are cracked, they are peeling. How do you expect me to get turned on by that? How do you expect me to want to kiss you? And for me, I feel like if your lips are chapped and cracked, unless you're sick, you feel like even your breath stinks.
Yeah, already, the outside appearance is what is appearing.
Yeah.
That outside appearance. And that's why I've said, take personal care, because anyway, if you look at my fingers, na sikuwa nimeshamba. Like, unajua kuna mtu unaweza kuangalia, alikuwa shamba. But, already unaangalia kucha zangu ni kubwa, zimejaa, ziko na kalea. Like, it has a dark layer. Na sio hina, it has a dark layer of kauchafu somewhere.
Yeah.
And then you're like, sasa, and then someone goes putting, you're imagining now, already, when you imagine those fingers inside.
Yeah, and women are very prone to vaginal infections.
Yes.
Very, very prone.
And then you look, immediately you imagine those fingers on you. Oh, already you're turned off. So the most important thing is someone to take care of themselves. And when you take care of yourself, even you are appealing to the lady, because at least that guy looks good. Again, on personal hygiene, this is whereby kuna mtu unajijua tu. After you are nini, whenever you release your sperms, man, they smell that house. And it is already talking about dehydration.
And do men know that when your sperm stinks, it makes me stink?
Of course.
It makes me smell bad. If your sperm smells bad, it makes me smell bad. And then you start saying, oh, she's not clean. It is your sperm, my friend. It is your sperm. I am not all the time. Not all the time. I'm saying for those particular men whose sperm stink. Because what you eat, what you drink, how much water do you take?
In a day.
In a day.
Because if you do not take water, and you're taking and even on ladies, by the way, to ladies, if you're going for a date and maybe your date is tomorrow or the day after, reduce on the intake of things that has a lot of sulfur because they will make you smell even if generally you are clean. Same case to men. And maybe you don't take a lot of water. Unakuta mtu maji yeye na maji. Most men, and this is a fact, they think fruits are for children. With us, how many nutrients do you lose? And that's why even men have some erectile dysfunction issues. Imagine isi hata ni kukuonjeka. It is the nutrients ambazo zina lack.
They're lacking nutrients.
Because if in one round, ukiangalia in the graph, you lose over 20 different nutrients from, and these
just by coming.
Yes, these are minerals and the micro minerals. Una lose potassium, magnesium, and zinc. Kwanza zinc inapoteka, and the way it is hard even to get zinc in your body. Yeah. But unakuta mtu akuli hata matunda. Oh, life is like that, and then you're expecting to be the best man. So you need all these. They end up at you becoming the whole person who is, because if you're whole, that is what you're going to bring on the table. Yeah. And all these are part of foreplay. So take care of yourself. Yeah. Be good to yourself. Love yourself first so that you can be able to give as much love as you can. Yeah. Because all these inasema who you are. Who you are as a person. So if you're whole, when you bring it on the table, you bring something whole. Yeah. And I always say, don't tell me it is 50-50. For me, it is not 50-50.
No, it's 100%.
I bring my 100.
Yeah.
Mimi nalete 100 yangu kwa meza na wewe unaleta your 100. Then when we combine it, we still make it 100. Yeah. And let me tell you, that is the best thing ever. By the way, when was the last time you left a note? For your sweet one?
Or voice notes. Nowadays gonna voice note.
You can leave a voice note on the phone if maybe the timings, wherever she's working and whenever you are working, there is a clash of timings. When was that time that you left a romantic love note? Do you know a love note is just part of foreplay? Yeah. You left a love note on your fridge because you know when she finishes preparing herself, when she comes to the fridge and she leaves the house, she will see this note. Yeah. When was the last time you just wrote a small note and put it in her purse?
When was the last time you spanked her ass?
Yeah, innocently in the kitchen.
You find her cooking or washing and
you see, those are some of these things that you do. Even when children are around and they're like, baba na mama wanapenda mchezo.
They don't even notice. When was the last time when most of the time you come home, you're laying down on the couch watching movies, just take his feet and just rub them?
Those are some small things that you do, and they're part of foreplay. Yeah. And when you do them, they turn this person on. And
please tell them, don't just do those things when you want to have sex, when you're horny. That is counterproductive.
I said in the beginning, immediately I finish this session of intercourse, I start preparing for the next one. Whether it will happen the next 1 hour, whether it will happen the next week.
Make it your lifestyle.
Yeah.
It should be a normal day-to-day thing. The way you live with each other should be foreplay in general. Your entire lifestyle in your relationship should be foreplay.
And be creative.
That's where the spirit of adventure comes in.
Be creative.
Be very, very creative. You see, I keep saying things like me cleaning your shoes. It is not an obligation. I don't have to do it. Yeah. You taking my car for service, you don't have to do it. It's not an obligation. But the fact that you do it, I feel like I am well taken care of. And every woman, anywhere in the world, wants to feel protected and taken care of. Every man wants to feel respected and honored. Yeah. So what are the things I can do to honor you? Because if I honor you, you're definitely attracted to me. If you love me and protect me and serve me, then I will feel sexually attracted to you.
You tend to reciprocate.
Yeah, you just reciprocate.
And it comes in naturally.
It comes in naturally. You don't have to say, oh, I have to do this and this so that my wife will respect me. Or unless I have sex with my husband, he does not love me. What kind of nonsense is that?
And you tend to think that, I also tend to think that people tend to, and that's why I've said be creative. They look at it as if lazima nifanye ile kitu kubwa.
It's an obligation, yeah. And you take it as an obligation.
To do big things.
I keep telling people, simple things like bringing you a cup of tea, serving you breakfast in bed, ironing your clothes. Simple things. I know you can do it for yourself. Yeah. But I go out of my way to do it. Or you know, okay, last night I spent so much time. You made me tired last night. Why do I have to be the one to wake up? You wake up in the morning, prepare the children for school while I'm sleeping.
And that is okay.
Yes.
And then because that is what African men tend to think, that they are duties. Because and that's why we are saying you break the taboos. That
they are not things. Yeah, because even now I can service the car for you. There are things you do in the house that I can do for you.
Yeah.
So they are not. I say that in a relationship, they are not as gender assigned roles.
That is the other.
There is no way that you as a man cannot cook for me. Who says I cannot wash your car?
Do you know how much your wife can be turned on if one day you tell her don't cook? There's a guy. We did this with him. He told me, let's do something that will please our wives. So we went to a certain rented kitchen. In the kitchen, it is fully equipped. Then you bring in whatever you want to cook. So you pay a small amount to the kitchen and the apparatus. So you bring in whatever you want to cook. So he comes with whatever he wants to cook, and I come with whatever I want to cook. Then we cook. We even set our timings. We do the cooking. Then we call the wives. Leo msipike, tunakuja na chakula. Then when you come with the food, they tend to think unaenda kununua kwa hoteli. But all of a sudden you come with the food iko kwa hot dish that is good, well packed, and then they are like, aya,
kwani
mulikuwa kupikia wapi? Ulikuwa kupikia wapi? They are like, okay. So you think of me. Oh, so you know I'm exhausted. Even if it is in that house. One day, just make a point of reaching home a little bit earlier and doing some small things for her.
And gift giving does not really depend on how much you spend. It depends on how much thought you put into it.
And that's why I say be creative.
Be very, very creative. Very, very creative. And another thing I wanted to say is, you as a dominant or submissive or male or female, how much do you allow yourself to be heard? Because I could be doing all these things, because most of the people in relationship assume the woman or the submissive is the one who's supposed to receive flowers and chocolates and gifts and those acts, that the man is the one who's supposed to go over and beyond.
I tend to think, to break that one, we need to understand that masculinity and femininity, these are for me, I tend to think they are foreign.
Yeah, they are.
Because you can be a lady, but you're very masculine.
Yes.
So it is a spectrum, like you are a lady. Because most people connect now masculinity with a certain gender. You should not, with me, I say, do not attach them together.
And dominance for a woman is viewed as rebellion.
Yes.
If I dominate, then I'm rebellious. If I'm the one who's more assertive, I talk more, I'm louder, I'm more
directive.
Of a people person, I'm more directive. It means I'm dominating, or I'm rebellious, and this man cannot control me.
And these are some of the things that destroy even your foreplay.
Yeah.
Because, as you have said it, because I tend to feel I'm the masculine one, so I'm the one who should be giving flowers.
Yeah.
One day, mimi hata nikiletewa chocolate, by the way, me myself I take chocolate. Why lie? Oh, I'll go in a supermarket, buy that bar, and go taking it. And then you are like, for example, if you're in public transport, and then you find the men are looking at you as if they're doing something very evil. I'm taking chocolate. I felt like taking chocolate. What's the big deal with that? So, I think
that's what we're saying. We're trashing. Yeah, we are trashing those misconceptions and those taboos. And as we conclude, I want to say one last thing. Playfulness plays a very big role.
Wacha maturity, my friend. Hata kama wewe ni manager kwa ofisi,
you don't have to be mature about everything. Husband. Play with each other, because there's a little girl inside of me who wants to be tickled, who wants to sit down and talk about clouds,
who wants to be carried around.
I want you to chase me around the house. Just be playful. Go out on those stupid, silly dates that will bring out the inner boy in you.
Yeah, there's that boy who wants to play around with water.
If you watch most men in their boys' club, they talk about nonsense, childish things. They do childish things with their boys.
Haya, you've never gone to a boy club ukuta wameweka maji mahali. There's somewhere we went and tumeweka maji mahali, and they're sliding with our ass. Not even with the feet. They're sliding with your ass. And you're mature, you are 38.
Playful. If you're a manager, CEO, whatever, I don't care for that title, because I loved you as a person. I didn't love your title.
Title pengine imekuja nyuma, my
friend.
Yeah,
and maybe that title you acquired while I was already in the picture. There's a sense of playfulness that people lose. And you bring in all this maturity and the weight of the world and the expectations of what the world and the society requires you to be. And now that that crashes your relationship or how you interact with each other.
Everything.
It destroys everything. So
you know
please,
what? I think foreplay we need to continue.
Yeah, we'll
because
foreplay
I tend to think we have touched on the outside
Yeah.
laws or the things that are
Yeah.
affecting foreplay. I think we need to have a topic on foreplay
itself, the active foreplay. But
The-
you see, I keep saying before we go into the fun and games and the sexy part of it, we first have to educate people
Yeah, that's
and
true.
open their minds
Yeah, you
on
have
certain
to-
things. Because if I tell you foreplay is kissing, how do you kiss? How do you prepare
Hey.
yourself for kissing? How do you? So next time we will not show you how to kiss. They might be waiting for us to tell them how to kiss. But thank you so much for joining us. My name is Mombi Wanjiro. This is my friend John. See you next time. We'll continue on foreplay. Let us know in the comments what you understood from what we spoke, what you understand for yourself from your own experience, and what you have heard and the misconceptions. I like hearing these misconceptions. I really like hearing them. So comment down below. Let us know what you think. Comment about this episode and let us know what we didn't cover that you wish we would have covered. Until next time, this is Mawazo, trashing taboos, claiming our sexy and owning it.